This is the new Harbour Innovations Paper 7, and I've been using this as my daily driver for a while now. And in this video, I'm going to give you my honest thoughts about it. First, we have to talk about the problem. Most screens today, like your phone or your laptop, basically works like flashlights. They shine bright light directly into your eyes to show you an image. It looks vibrant, sure, but after a few hours, your eyes feel tired, dry, and strained. The Paper 7 is completely different. It uses RLCD technology, that stands for reflective LCD. Instead of blasting light at you, it reflects the ambient light around you, exactly like a piece of paper. It's a unique concept, a full-color Android tablet that feels like reading a physical book. But because it relies on the environment to be seen, it comes with some very specific pros and cons. So outdoors, it is an absolute beast. In bright sunlight, where your OLED phone screens would turn black and unreadable, the Paper 7 actually gets brighter and clearer. It looks incredible on the beach or in the park. But indoors, it acts like a physical book. If you turn off the lights in your room, you can't read a paperback novel. Well, the same is true here. If the room is dim, the screen is dim. And unlike a Kindle Paperwhite, there are zero built-in lights here. There is no front light glow to turn on when it gets dark. So if you want to read it in bed at night, well, you have to use a bedside lamp. Now, people always compare this to e-ink because both are marketed as easy on the eyes, but functionally they are worlds apart. The Paper 7 is fast, it has 60 Hz refresh rate, which means videos play smoothly and you can scroll through websites without any lag. If you've ever tried to watch YouTube or scroll Instagram on an e-ink tablet, you know it stutters and ghosts. Well, this doesn't do any of that. It also displays millions of colors. This makes it superior for comics, magazines, and web browsing. Color e-ink exists, but it often looks a bit washed out and has lower resolution. But e-ink still wins in two areas. First, contrast. If you just read black and white text, well, e-ink is way sharper. Secondly, battery. E-inks last for weeks. Because the Paper 7 is constantly working to keep that 60 Hz image smooth, you will need to charge it every few days. Hardware-wise, well, this thing is impressive. It's incredibly thin at 5.5mm and weighs only 242 grams. For context, an iPad mini is heavier and thicker. You can hold this for long reading sessions without your wrist getting tired. It's running a mid-range processor, likely something like a Helio G85. You won't be doing heavy 3D gaming on this, but for reading apps, for web browsing and note-taking, it handles everything just fine. It comes in 4GB or 8GB RAM options, and I definitely recommend the 8GB version if you want to switch between apps smoothly. Storage-wise, you're looking at 64GB or 256GB, and there is no micro SD card slot, so choose your size wisely. Another surprise here is the camera situation. Like most e-ink tablets, which often skip cameras entirely, the Paper 7 is equipped with two cameras. You get an 8 megapixels rear camera, which is great for scanning documents or taking quick reference photos in bright sunlight. On the front, you have a 5 megapixel camera useful for video calls on Zoom or Google Meet. And here's a cool bonus. Since the screen has no backlight, you actually look more natural on camera because you aren't being blasted by that harsh blue light from the display. The battery is 3100 mAh. That sounds small, but remember, there is no power-hungry backlight. So you can expect about 10 hours of screen on time, which is easily enough for a full day of work or study. Software is a highlight here. It runs on Android 14 with full Google Play Store access. You aren't locked in a specific ecosystem like Amazon or Kobo. You can install Kindle, Libby, Gmail, Chrome, or whatever PDF reader you prefer. A quick note for the nerds, well, it passes moderate integrity tests, but like many niche tablets, it doesn't pass the strict ones. Just keep that in mind for certain banking apps. If you like taking notes, the screen has a matte texture that feels decent. It's not slippery like glass. It supports USI 2.0, which is the standard for Chromebook styluses, so you don't have to buy a super expensive proprietary pen. Is it as good as a Wacom layer on a dedicated eNote? Honestly, no. But for highlighting and quick notes, it gets the job done. Now let's talk about the book Folio case. It's a bit of a mixed bag. It looks nice, but it has one annoying quirk that you should know about. First, the good stuff. Well, it's made of fiberglass with a leather-like finish that matches the tablet. It attaches magnetically, so you don't have to deal with snapping it into a cheap plastic shell. It also has a precise cutout for that rear camera, so you can scan documents without taking the case off. And it includes a spot to secure your stylus so it doesn't get lost in your bag. But here's a weird part. It's a dumb cover. So unlike almost every other tablet case on the market, this Folio does not support auto wake or sleep function. When you open the case, the screen stays off, so you have to manually press the power button every single time you open it. It sounds minor, but it feels like a step backwards in technology. So, should you buy the Harper Innovations Paper 7? Well, buy it if you love the outdoors. If you read on a sunny balcony or at the beach, this screen is unbeatable. You buy it if you suffer from eye strain. If standard screens give you headaches, the lack of projected light is a lifesaver. And buy it if you need color and speed for comics or browsing the web without the sluggishness of e-ink. But skip it if you mostly read in bed in the dark. Without a lamp, this device is useless at night. And skip it if you want that retina pop. The screen can look a little metallic or gray compared to the crisp white of a Kindle or the vibrant glow of an iPad. Ultimately, the Paper 7 is a brilliant device, and I have loved using it. Let me know what you think of this device, and if you have any questions, comments, feel free to ask away and I'll get back to you. And if you enjoy what I do, please subscribe and I will see you in the next video.